here. All right. Well, this is trade 2 of the day. Trade 2 of the day. And we're continuing to copy trade. And we're just looking for small movements here. Couple $100 across multiple accounts really adds up. Really adds up. So why are we in this trade? I'm going to point out why we're in this trade. And we're going to look to grab another, we're in 3 micros. 3 micros. I took 3 micros earlier and we made like $200 an account. We're copying to 7 accounts and low risk. Risk maybe $15 a contract, something like that. Maybe 10. I don't know. I can't remember. It was like a half an hour ago. I've done so much since then. All right. So why are we in this trade? First things first. Look, we have an A+ setup from the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar. It is going through our entire checklist to let us know, do we even have a setup? And if we do have a setup, do we have a B setup or do we have an A setup? And right now we have an A+ setup to the downside. A+ setup to the downside. Super duper powerful here, okay? A+ setup to the downside. Now, bears are in control. See this red background right here? That means that the bears are in control, all right? Third thing, we have hot pink candles. If you saw the trade from earlier, I probably posted the first trade by now. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. So we have a formula that we've come up with to determine the buying or the selling data. And it's crunching those numbers tick by tick. And right now, you have rich data to the downside. So whether this comes back up a little bit or whatever, we have rich data to the downside. Okay, all 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. If you don't know, this is the Maverick Multi-X. X amount of years ago, no pun intended, many years ago, I spent a small fortune to create this indicator. It was version 1, where I always joke that we're on version 150, because I was watching all these traders and they had 10 charts on their screen and they were reading them all at once and then trading a different chart. And I was like, how do people even do that? How can the human brain read all that and then make a decision on a whole nother chart and stuff? I couldn't do that. So what I did was, with some other folks, obviously, we created the Maverick Multi-X. 5 traders, these are algorithms, but look, it's starting to take off. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. 5 traders all voting across 6 time frames, every single tick. So imagine being in the room with 5 other traders and they're all casting a vote every single tick. Let me move my stop loss up here. Again, I'm trading to 7 accounts, all right? So if we just do $50 here, I'm making $350 across 7 accounts. If you go for, $100, that's $700. But the risk is low. And this will keep me from, blowing an account, because I'm only risking $20 at a time. I could be wrong 5 times in a row and only lose $100 per account. That's not going to blow a $50,000 account, okay? All right, so again, why are we in this trade? Red background, the bears are in control. Hot pink candles. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. We're stacking probability. I wouldn't go long here. And then the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar, is giving us an A+ setup to the downside. A+ setup to the downside, okay? And by the way, your Maverick Trender, this line here, when this is pegged to the top, it's showing massive strength and momentum to the downside if it's red, to the upside if it's green. Right now it's red. You get this beautiful downtrend label here. Just absolutely fantastic. And folks, this is stress-free trading, okay? Yes, I am copying to 7 accounts right now, but I'm only in 3 micros. The most I can lose here is probably, $50. okay, if it just blows past my stop and I get a terrible fill. Okay, cool. All right, $50 per account. Man, I could do that 10 times over and still not blow the account. Okay, and just take another shot at it. But this is stress-free trading. So if I close it out right now, we're going to add another, well, come up to 100 so I can do some simple math here. Will it just drop? But let's say this was about $100. There you go. There's your $100. If we close this out at $100, there it is. You know, that's $700 we're adding. And we already have done 200 and something dollars per account. So we're already up like $1,400 on the day across 7 accounts. $1,400 across 7 accounts. Stress-free trading, low risk, high return, stacking the accounts, okay? Clarity, these indicators, look at this. The whole time we've had an A+ setup to the downside with the Maverick radar, the ultimate trading assistant, okay? Beautiful push down. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Imagine having edge like this where you can see underneath the hood, if you will, just an analogy, but you can see underneath the hood. Let me see if I can get my P&L to show. Sometimes it doesn't want to get above the, I'll just leave it right there. We'll protect these 7 accounts. But if you see pink, it will most likely sink. If you're just using red and green candles, some people are good at that. I'm not. I need to see underneath the hood that buying and selling data with the formula that we've come up with. There we go. Here we go. We're pushing down. This is beautiful. Okay. I'm not going to get greedy. I'm in 3 micros. We're making $1 per tick. $1 per tick. 3 micros, not minis. If this was minis, I'd be up $1,700. But we're just trading itty bitty micros. Here we go. I'm going to close it soon because I'm copying across 7 accounts. There we go. Okay. About $177. All right. Let me pull up my trade copy P&L. Hang on. All right. There you go. Boom. That is what's up. Okay. I don't have to do, $2,000 per account and risk all this money and everything like that. I don't have to do any of that. Right. Okay. Don't have to do any of that. What do I got to do? Small risk. Okay. Watch my indicators that are giving me absolute clear vision on my charts. I'm looking underneath the hood to what's actually going on. And what do we got? Okay. Let's do a little math here. Let's just go to 368. 368 times 7. Okay. Over $2,500, $2,576. Really, I made another $6 on one of these accounts, but whatever. 368 times 7. Okay. $2,576. Stress-free trade across 7 accounts, minimal risk. Minimal risk. All right. So listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want edge in the market, if you want, listen, these are the indicators I wish I had when I first started. Not financial advice. Do your own research. There's never, ever, ever, never a guarantee in the market. Market can do anything at any time. We're finding that out, right? We're finding that out this week. But man, to have this type of clear vision on my charts and indicators, oh my gosh. Okay, not financial advice. Do your own research. But man, this is too fun. Too fun. So listen, come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.